Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Dumansing. Well, today was a big day at the Senate. Topic of discussion, the Hovensa concession agreement. NEWS2's April Knight is standing by with an update.
Sandy, today is indeed a big day, a historic day for many, as senators are faced with the task of voting on the Fourth Amendment to the Hovensa concession agreement. The original Senate agenda was modified to make room for the Hovensa debate, where legislators' debate time was increased to 12 minutes each. And even though the Hovensa agreement was the last item on the agenda, senators could not help but make early comments on what they consider a historic moment in Virgin Islands history.
We're at a crossroads. Which way we go on this will be determined today.
I would just like to say, let's vote our conscience and do the right thing today. Thank you.
The notion that somehow opening a refinery will return 2,500 jobs and the economic activity to the territory at the levels that were prior to the closure, I think it's incorrect.
No, nothing will influence me except what I see before me and the facts.
Let us discuss the issues and discuss them in a way that brings honor to this institution. Those who are protesting, they have the right to do that. Let them protest. That's a part of this same process.
Senator Cole was referring to residents protesting against the Hovensa deal. Protesters were stationed just outside of the legislature even before the Senate session started. Some 8 St. Thomas residents came with placards, megaphones, and drums demanding that Hovensa be held accountable for what the protesters consider injustices to the territory. The Senate president had to call for recess a few times as the sound of drumming and the loud calls of protesters filtered into the Senate chambers, and ended up instructing Senate security to talk the protesters into toning down the noise so they can conduct business.
We really don't want Hess here anymore. They've been raping the Virgin Islands. Our people have not been benefiting. We've only been getting cancer and dangerous gases and stuff in our houses and all that kind of stuff, and we really don't need it in the Virgin Islands anymore. We should find different alternatives. This hearing should actually be held on St. Croix, but they're holding it over here, playing games with the people. So we're here to stand up and show that we care about our Virgin Islands.
Sandy, back to you.
Thanks for that, April. Be sure to tune in on Thursday. We'll have much more. Well, members of the public got a first look at the new voting machines Wednesday. Representatives from the election systems and software company who provided the machines were on hand to open up the boxes and test each machine. NEWS2's Erica Parsons has that story.
When the poll workers open the machine in the morning, it will print out a 0 report for them to show that there are no votes on the machine at the start of the day, and then that's also where it prints the report at the close of polls.
The new voting machines are officially in and functioning. Representatives from the vendor election system and software were present Wednesday on St. Croix to open and test the new machines. 21 tabulators, 21 ADA compliant voting machines, and 200 privacy booths. Members of the public who've had concerns with previous elections were also present.
I had done some research on the old machine. I really didn't like how it was set up. So I was coming to check this new machine to see if there's really any way that this machine can validate the results that are being reported, or how tamper-proof it is.
So far, Emmanuel likes what he sees.
I must say I'm impressed because there's a paper trail that you can always go back if there's any challenge, that you can really go back and physically count. Because in this age of computers, anything can happen. I'm telling you, you can make a computer say or do anything you want it to do. Garbage in, garbage out, or program in, program out. So the paper trail is there to really validate the quick results we get electronically.
On St. Croix, there are 13 ADA compliant polling sites. The elections board will be the ones to decide how many machines and booths each site gets.
We'll determine the amount of users at a particular polling place, whether they want to put 2 or 1 or 3. The DS200 and the automat have to be equally distributed for individuals that are ADA challenged, so that we have them available where they are. You have the headset, your visual portions, and your screens and instructions.
The new system uses paper ballots.
This was where you vote by paper ballot. You pick your representatives and you walk over to it, put it in.
The machine can then let voters know if their ballot is valid or not. Officials haven't worked out what will happen if a machine goes down or any issues that might arise. They'll do that as a body, but they hope to avoid any overcrowding that might rise with new machines.
And it's our intention, I hope when we bring it before the board, that we allow early voting so you can come in and vote weeks before election, just like you do an absentee ballot.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Board officials say once they've been trained on the new machines, demonstrations will be done for residents in both Spanish and English. For now, they will have a voting machine on display in the elections office. Well, as we reported on Tuesday, 2 more abandoned units are scheduled to be knocked down at the Bournefield area on St. Thomas. The Virgin Islands Port Authority announced that 2 uninhabited units behind the Gladys Abraham School were stripped down today in preparation for demolition tomorrow. The Bournefield demolitions have been a cause for concern for Bournefield residents who feel that the housing units are historical buildings that need to be preserved. According to Port Authority, Bournefield residents have been appropriately notified of the authority's decision to knock down the 2 units. The Virgin Islands Housing Authority has 4 new members on its board. Earlier in today's Senate session, the Senate reviewed and approved the nominations for Louise Sylvester, Noreen Michael, and George Blackall for St. Thomas, and Daphne Edwards for St. Croix. Discussion of the nominations went smoothly as all the nominees received nods of approval from all senators present, who expressed confidence in their ability to lead the Housing Authority.
I'm pleased to see that we have 4 excellent nominees to be on the board of the Virgin Islands Housing Authority. Mr. Louis Sylvester, yes, well noted here in the Virgin Islands, product from public school system. Dr. Michael, if you go through her resume, I mean, oh my goodness, so many publications that she has. Mr. Blackall, a realtor. When you look at the St. Croix district, you have someone that's very passionate about housing. Let's do what is right to move housing forward.
The override of the governor's veto on Bill 30-0066 to grant a 90-day amnesty period for delinquent property taxes, Senator Kenneth Gittens expressed his concerns, rallying up his colleagues' support, stating that the sale of our residents' properties should not be the first priority of the government.
Many cash-strapped states are also turning to tax amnesties to bring in as much money possible with the least possible effort. Amnesties enable delinquent taxpayers to come clean about their tax transgressions, pay the due amount, and receive exoneration from penalties and interest. Although the administration has factored in fees, penalties, and interest in their current revenue projections, those are simply projections. Whereas Bill number 30-0066 guarantees actual cash in the bank. The object of this bill is to address the cash flow shortfall that we are experiencing in the last quarter of this fiscal year.
The property tax amnesty was overridden with 14 voting yes and 1 absent today. Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives arrested 25-year-old Nelson Ayala, charging him with assault 3rd degree in connection with an incident that occurred May 25th at the Marina Bar in Watergut, Christian said. Police said Ayala, along with Elvis Davis, attacked and assaulted a patron in the bar. Detectives said the 2 suspects came into the bar, pointed weapons at the victim, pushed a weapon into the victim's side, and hit him on his head with a beer bottle. Police say Davis has had other recent arrests.
The first was a first-degree robbery of a businessman in Estate Mambi. Police said Davis and 24-year-old Kashawn Peterson, also known as Tuna, approached a business owner asking him if he would like to buy a machine used to cut metal. The victim said no, and Davis pointed a weapon at him and demanded money, which the victim gave to him. Peterson was standing in front of the victim's car, preventing him from leaving the area, police said. The same day, Davis was arrested for the May 25th assault at the Marina Bar, which he and Nelson Ayala participated in. Davis has another recent arrest on July 23rd. He was charged with false imprisonment, kidnapping, and other domestic violence charges. Police said he held his girlfriend in her apartment against her will, choked her, damaged her apartment, and disabled her vehicle. Now, Nelson Ayala has at least one previous arrest from June 2010. He was charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm.
Police said all suspects were released by the courts on specified bail conditions. A diplomatic snub is raising tensions between the United States and Russia. President Obama canceled plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin when he heads to St. Petersburg next month. Brigad Shaban reports that Edward Snowden is at the root of the latest problem.
The White House says when President Obama goes to Russia next month, he will not sit down with Vladimir Putin. President Obama had planned to stop in Moscow for a one-on-one meeting with the Russian president before heading to a World Economic meeting in St. Petersburg. A White House statement said, "We believe it would be more constructive to postpone the summit until we have more results from our shared agenda." Russia's decision to grant NSA leaker Edward Snowden temporary asylum was part of the calculation. Before canceling the meeting, the president said Russia's actions show the underlying challenges between the two nations.
There have been times where they slip back into Cold War thinking and a Cold War mentality. And what I consistently say to them and what I say to President Putin is that's the past.
During an appearance on NBC's The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, the president also emphasized that tension would not keep him from the larger G20 summit in St. Petersburg.
It's not something unique to Russia. They're hosting it this year, but it's important for us as the leading economy in the world to make sure that we're there.
The Kremlin says it is disappointed with President Obama's decision, but the White House says the lines of communication are still open. And Secretary of State John Kerry will meet with his Russian counterpart later this week in Washington. Brigad Shaban, CBS News, Camp Pendleton, California.
And keeping our eye on the economy, Toyota is recalling more than 340,000 Tacoma pickup trucks because their seatbelts could malfunction. The recall involves certain 2004 to 2011 Access cab models. The company says screws in the mechanism for the front seat belts can become loose. Toyota says there are no reports of any injuries from this problem. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. Everything down. The Dow 48, NASDAQ 11, S&P 6. Coming up on News 2, did you know that the LYFT program has been around since 1989? Well, 27 interns from St. Thomas and St. Croix who participated in the department's Labor Investing for Tomorrow summer internship program were recognized at a reception at Government House on St. Thomas. We'll be right back. Innovative Cable TV St. Croix is experiencing technical difficulties and several channels are off air due to equipment failure at the St. Croix head end. Channels currently affected include Channel 4, which is Island Tour Network, Channel 33, which is CNN, Channel 34, Headline News, Channel 35, Court TV, and Channel 37 A&E. This matter is currently being addressed and Innovative's technicians are working diligently to fully restore service. Innovative Cable TV apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause its viewing audience. Innovative is the parent company of CBS TV2. Frederick said healthcare is celebrating National Health Center Week. Jason Henry, FHC spokesperson, says they provide a range of services on site: primary care services, pediatrics, pharmacy assistance, dentistry, HIV treatment, and care and even mental health services, all under one roof. And this is what healthcare should be. The event is part of a national campaign celebrating America's health centers' record of success. FRC is marking the recognition with a series of activities as part of a week-long campaign from August 11 to 17 to raise awareness about the mission and accomplishments of America's health centers. Now, the national theme is celebrating America's health centers, transforming healthcare in our local communities. The Virgin Islands will be the first U.S. territory to embark on a quality rating improvement system for early childhood learning. The VI Department of Human Services announced a joint effort with the Early Childhood Advisory Committee to officially implement the new system in August. The QRIS will help to increase the level of quality care for programs serving young children by providing financial and training resources. 26 child care centers locally were selected to participate in the official orientation on August 27th. Well, last Friday, Labor Commissioner Albert Bryant Jr., Assistant Commissioner Errol Lockhart, and various staff members and representatives from the Office of the Governor, Richard Evangelista, recognized 27 interns from St. Thomas and St. Croix who participated in the department's Labor Investing for Tomorrow, or LYFT, summer internship program at a reception at Government House on St. Thomas. The reception highlighted the history of the LYFT program in existence since 1989. The interns were presented with a certificate of participation and a small token of appreciation for their dedication to the program. The employers were also presented with certificates of appreciation. Congratulations to all the interns. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.